Take a listen to this shit.
So we all remember a couple of years ago, General Wesley Clark gave a very famous interview on Democracy Now! Where he said essentially that wars were planned in 7 countries in 5 years, with the final destination being Iran. Now we see the rhetoric stepped up a notch, not just from what Donald Trump is tweeting. And again, this isn't Donald Trump's agenda. This is
exactly Donald Trump's agenda. Because he's been tweeting about it, you mug.
Agenda of the power brokers, the shadow.
You can't stop tweeting negatively about Iran.
Government that own Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump is trying to change things. There has been a coup in Washington, D.C., in my opinion. People like Stephen Bannon and others, although we've been closely looking at their motivations, their history, their background, etc. I really, truly believe this to be a shift in shifting of power at the upper echelons in the dark corners of Washington. However, it doesn't mean that Iran still isn't the final target and the final agenda of these elites that even own Donald Trump.
These elites that own Donald Trump, but Donald Trump's tried to change things, but he's owned by the elites, but he's trying to... Have you heard this shit?
These power...
Did he
brokers are very, very powerful people. So I want to play a little bit of this brief clip here, just to remind you again of what General Wesley Clark told us. Just what...
Did he proofread before he actually came on here to talk this bullshit like he's talking now?
Happened, just days following the aftermath of an engineered false flag terror attack in the name of September 11, 2001. At the very least, even if you don't believe the full-blown conspiracy, you should be smart enough to know that there's been a cover-up. Let's take a look at General Wesley Clark and what he has to say.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people.
So we all remember a couple of years ago, General Wesley Clark gave a very famous interview on Democracy Now! Where he said essentially that wars were planned in 7 countries in 5 years, with the final destination being Iran. Now we see the rhetoric stepped up a notch, not just from what Donald Trump is tweeting. And again, this isn't Donald Trump's agenda. This is the agenda of the power brokers.
So it's not Donald Trump's agenda. Dear, when it comes to Christopher Greene.